Today is a beautiful day. We've got the sun out, it's warm enough that I don't actually need a coat, and best of all, we have finally installed the steps. You see Ladybug back there. So we've been working on these steps at night, so it's been kind of hard for me to videotape. They are just a regular set of stairs that you can get from an RV manufacturing place, and it has already made us so happy to just have these stairs installed. Ladybug is sunbathing right now, but she has already gotten really used to them. She only needs the middle step to get down, and so she walks down now, which is great. Now we don't have to pick her up and carry her. We get rid of the ladder that we've been using for the past 4 months to get in and out of the van as well. So we do have these blocks here just as reinforcement. We don't have to have them, but if you're familiar with RV steps, you know that they do flex some. So if we know we're going to be parked for a while, we can put these in and have just a little bit of reinforcement for the stairs. All right, so we also finished this week installing the ceiling. So it goes all the way back. It's gorgeous. We've got it cut right here where the wet room will be right here eventually, but we've got it all the way to the edge. And then this part of the ceiling, as you can see, curves down. So we've got to modify that some, but for the most part, the ceiling's done. It looks really good. Makes it feel homey. This is exactly what I expect Ladybug to do when we're on the road. She doesn't care where we go as long as she can see the sun and lay in the sun. That's it. That's all she cares about. Okay, I'm gonna have Jeremy demonstrate how easy it is to put these steps back up. One-handed, coffee in the other hand, simple as that. And it looks so good, so even with the rest of the van. Okay, so we are at Lowe's and it's me and Ladybug today. Jeremy's at work. We are gonna work on the van a little bit. For the most part, Jeremy is the one that's doing all the big heavy lifting and coming up with all the big construction stuff. I come up with the ideas, he figures out how to make it work. He does all the big picture stuff. I'm more of the details person, and we're at the point right now where I can do a little bit of the fine tuning detail stuff. So we are going to go to Lowe's. We are going to get some sand and stain the countertop and get that sealed. That way it's done and we can cook on it a lot easier and not have to worry about grease splattering or anything like that. Okay, got the stuff. I gotta say, trying to film while shopping, while with your dog, while by yourself, that's complicated. I don't think I'm going to try that again. That was really complicated to try and do. So I did some really fine sanding on the countertop. We had a little bit of stainage right here from where we had cooked on the stove before we stained it. So I cleaned that up and now I'm going to stain it. I've got my partner in crime right here enjoying the sun. She's a little bit of a sun worshiper. And she was happier to be out here on the concrete standing than sitting right here like she normally does. So she's out of my way, which actually kind of helps me. So I'm going to get to work on this and show you the results as I'm working on it. Staining is coming along quite nicely. Just want to show you guys the difference with the stain versus without. I'm just using the natural, you cannot see that in the sun, the natural finish. Just wanted to highlight the natural grain. We have already been working on the van for about an hour and a half so far this morning. I'm going to show you guys some progress here in a minute, but just to kind of give you an idea, Jeremy is in there working on doors. We're installing cabinet doors on everything today. So he's working on that. And then Princess Ladybug here is worshiping the sun in the seat. She wouldn't get out on the ground and just lay down out of the way. So open the door. She's been out of the way ever since.
Ready?
Yeah, Jeremy made a contraption so we can open and close the steps. Okay. Yay!
We are in the middle of organizing. We are in the middle of organizing all of our clothes and stuff and figuring out what we want to put in the van, what we want to get rid of, what we're going to try and sell, donate, however we're going to get rid of it. And we've already sold most of our furniture. So we just have piles everywhere on the floor. Piles of keep, piles of don't keep, everything like that. So let me give you a quick little tour of our house right now and what it looks like. Okay, so we've got Ladybug's bed. This is all the clothes that Jeremy's keeping right here. This is going to be a container where he can put all of his shoes. And then over here, this massive pile right here is stuff that we are getting rid of. And then there's a little pile right here of some clothes that I am keeping. And over here, I have a pile of shoes. And before I put them in the bag, they were just all over the place. And Ladybug, poor thing, is getting them confused with her toys that she doesn't know how to put back in her toy box. So this is what she accidentally did. So she chewed up the shoe, which honestly I wasn't keeping, so it's not a big deal. It's a shoe that I wore in my wedding. She has never chewed on shoes before. Never has she done this. But because the piles are so messy, she confused this for one of her bones and started chewing on it, and I just thought that was hilarious. So moving on into the living room, we've got more piles. So this is my bag of shoes that I'm keeping. Got some miscellaneous things, got some paperwork. I think that thing's full of some tools. Our entertainment center is pretty empty. We've got to post that and get rid of it. Some random shoes here. I've got another pile of clothes I need to go through. And then what was our adventure room? This thing is nothing but Christmas decorations that I've been trying to sell and nobody's buying. And we've just been piling our coats on top of it. Still need to get rid of the paddleboard. Some miscellaneous tools back there. It's coming along pretty well. And then here in the kitchen, this whole pile is kitchen stuff that we are getting rid of. And we've downsized what we're doing. So this bottom shelf is all the cups and plates that we are keeping. And then we've got a little bit of dishes over there. And then this is my cooking set. I've got just 2 pans, a little pot, and then I'm keeping a big pot and a grill. And that's it. So we're coming along. So that's kind of what our house looks like right now. We've got just over 3 weeks left in the apartment before we have to get into the van. Now, that doesn't mean we are traveling full-time in 3 weeks. That just means our lease is up in 3 weeks. We are still going to be working our normal jobs for a while we finish building out the van. There are some things that we plan on building while we're out on the road. For example, our wet room with our shower and toilet. That will come much later down the road. But just trying to get it somewhat livable before we head out on the road. So we've got a crunch time. We've got like a hard deadline of when our lease is up. And then we've got a soft deadline as to when we're going to quit our traditional jobs and start traveling full time. And then eventually, maybe someday, we'll actually finish the van.